So recently, this new dev diary came out, and yeah, so this just reaffirms the fact that this game is garbage and it's headed down an even worse path than I thought it was. But I guess let's go ahead and start reading this. Welcome, fellow PvPers, to a follow-up installment of our dev notes. Don't gaff. Let's talk about the feedback. Nothing in these dev notes will affect PvE, so that's alright. Critical hits and block. The damage should stay about the same. Alright, I guess. Crit should happen less frequently. Yeah, this is good. I do like that. But, yeah, so the crit change is a step in the right direction, but I don't really gaff. Let's see here. So, first in the category of known issues, players should be receiving an opt-in prompt for matches above their tier or rank. We have implemented a fix for this issue. Please let us know if you continue to have problems. Apparently, the glitch where level 50s can take off their crit gear and queue level like 30s still exists. So thank you, Ratbeard. Very cool. Second, in the category of plan changes, we intend to implement an opt-in prompt. So pretty much saying you can be a level 60 going against a max if you want to. Remove this option from players of private and sergeant rank. Alright. Alright, pre-enchants. The last update saw the introduction of the no pre-enchant rule in PvP, the addition of the no PvP tag to damage pre-enchants, and the introduction of the Solar Surge spell. At this time, we intend to continue with these restrictions, so yet I am not coming back to the game. Once again, we want to reiterate that these restrictions may not be permanent for 5th Age, the time that's supposed to be all goody-goody, but we know is really not going to be that way, and I'll get into why later. However, we do want to continue with these restrictions in order to give players more time to adapt to the deck building meta. I think that if they do start allowing pre-enchants again, people are going to complain, because this December 9th patch was the time to do it, because now everybody's going to be crying out, oh, I don't want the old meta back, I just got settled into the new meta. Well, I don't give a fuck. And yeah, I think the developers are going to want to keep at this for as long as possible. This change disrupted the meta, but over time we heard more feedback like this. So far, I'm actually really liking it, even though I used to be 100% against it. It's promoting deck building and slows the games down a bit, which is good. Man, I don't even know what to say to people like this. If you're going to kiss Ratbeard's ass, it's like, this is the way to do it, I guess. I guess it would be nice not having to make TC, but yeah. I'd almost be against Solar Surge TCs. Yep, they're kissing Ratbeard's ass. Fat, juicy, plump ass cheeks that this little guy up here has. And I feel like this current design makes people have to manage their main decks better with holding 6 copies of the enchant. Yeah, here's why people like this at all. There are X-Pip spells, like Vengeful Seraph, Snowball Barrage, etc. And then there are also Minotaur spells, like Regular Minotaur, Deadly Minotaur, Life Minotaur, and Frost Minotaur. You can keep these in main and have no issue with the new thing, because you're only using 1 hit. So, rather than make matches shorter, it's now up to trying to one-shot your opponent, which, I don't know about you, but that's not how PvP should be. And I'll get into some further changes that make this quote-unquote meta even worse. So how about that? Please make Solar Surge into a TC so it can be included in side deck. I've suggested that directly, and available to private and sergeant. We have no plans to make a Solar Surge TC, so the game's going downhill. Making it into a TC would allow players to pack the enchant TC into their side deck. Yeah, that's the point. More damage, more reliably, I don't really gaff about more damage. I just want my deck pulls to be reliable, because now it's just deck fail into the deck fail, and you lose. And this would destroy the purpose behind the change in the first place. Yeah, because nobody likes the change except for the people that kiss your ass. And yeah, remember this change took place in the context of the changes to crit and block, which was horrible before, but looks like it's going a little better now. Is really at this time. I really don't care. Why isn't Solar Surge available to privates? I can't compete against veterans who have this spell. We do not want legit PvP newbies to have to immediately concern themselves with how to use enchants. So they're defending a barrier to entry. We do want players to feel incentivized to rank up and earn this spell. Again, barrier to entry. Stop this. You stupid fucking idiot. We do not feel that Solar Surge is an insurmountable advantage to those with the spell. Yes, it absolutely is. Try queuing a tournament when you don't have Solar Surge versus when you're going up against somebody who does. We expect the new matchmaking system will tend to pair skilled privates and sergeants without Solar Surge against unskilled veterans with Solar Surge. Skilled privates and sergeants. How do you want to calculate this? Is this supposed to be win streaks? Because any private can queue like a 300 rank 3 times in a row and be considered 3-0 on a win streak, and then go against a veteran who's on a losing streak of 03, but the veteran still has Solar Surge. That doesn't make sense. The essence of the philosophy is this: those with more skill will move up the kill. Not up the kill. The game's getting killed. We'll move up the queue to face players with more stuff. How about that? We set the match timer back to 30 minutes. That's alright. Nerfs Jades, which I do like. So, how about that? We've added the no PvP flag to the following TCs. All -90 E-Free TCs and off-school E-Free TCs. I don't know why this didn't happen in July, but kudos for finally getting it done. Icebird, Frozen Bats, Ice Elf, Arctic Zilla. 4 big name ice TCs just got taken out of the game. And all the sheep in the game are justifying this because ice is broken. But yeah, ice might be strong, but it's because of their stats. If people are going to justify this out of blind hatred for ice, so I don't think any of these 4 are coming back. But additionally, like, ice just does not have a hit and buff, and I've had people try and make that defense, saying that ice shouldn't have a hit and buff because of their identity as a school. If you're gonna play like that, then life, death, and balance shouldn't have hit and buffs, but life has Brown Spider and Life Scarab. And then Death has, obviously, Death Scarab and Red Ghost. And Balance... Okay, maybe Balance doesn't have one, but Life and Death do, and that's the whole point. Further emphasizing that, Fire lost their Fire Beetle a long time ago, and it should have been nerfed, not removed. Same as these. These all should have been nerfed and not removed. But a damaged school does not have a hit and buff, and 2 non-damaged schools have multiple hit and buffs. So don't even try making that defense against me, dude. All right. Enfeeble and Aftershock are also gone, and this ties back into what I was talking about before with how blade stacking strats, blade stacking into a one-shot, be it with a new Caramel spell or with an X-Pip spell or with a Minotaur. Those are the 3 big ones at this point in time. If you blade stack into a Shatterhorn, for example, like now, if you're not Storm or Myth, there is no way to remove their blades. Lovely meta, lovely meta. Shift is gone, but it was kind of a lazy shift nerf. Some still exist. This is probably, this and the Ifrits are the only ones that I'm glad are gone. Because Shift was a little broken. But for Myth Wizards, who packed Shift inside, it's like, come on, bruh. Players have been waiting for this change to the 90s for some time, and I've said on that, yeah, I don't know why you didn't do that in July. Our data shows that ICE has been consistently at the top of the rankings for years, and yeah, obviously until we have a chance to overhaul Resist in a stat audit, which we feel is the single most important change to ICE, so you're actually not that boneheaded. You know the real problem behind ICE. We'll likely have to take targeted shots at ICE this way. Dude, these designers, they're not gonna unban Iceberg, Arcticzilla, Frozen Bats, and Ice Elf. They are not going to unban them when they inevitably nuke Resist and ruin the game for good in the spring. So, man, I don't know what they're... Ice is going to be a bottom... Pain. ICE is going to be a bottom tier school once the stat changes come along. Because I have no faith in these designers to make Resist good, in a sense. But how about that? Alright, yeah. Enfeeble, Aftershock, and Shift fall into the same category. Yeah. But, like, Enfeeble and Aftershock, I feel like, because blade stacking meta is here, and it's probably here to stay with these TCs getting banned. So, I just wish that there was some way to, I guess, keep these, but have them nerfed. Like make Enfeeble 5 pips for the TC or something. That seems like it's massive, but worth. And then Aftershock, 5 pips as well. Because for non-storms and non-myths, these would cost 10 pips. And I think that's fine. Anyway, one could argue that by this mentality, Triage should also be on this list, but there are obvious important differences, yeah. Perhaps when Triage does end up on the no PvP list, so this word right here, when, that is a bad omen. If Triage ever gets taken out, then we have an issue. Because when that happens, and it does say when, we'll have an overtime spam meta, or we'll have people blade stacking into an overtime. And with Enfeeble and Aftershock on, Myth Wizards, for example, are going to probably quadruple blade into the King Art and beat everyone. If they can get it off faster. And the same with Ices and, Snow Angel. For example, Fires with Rain of Fire, or even Heckhound. Like, Heckhound is an X pip overtime that does 135 per pip. Like, that would be a little crazy. Once again, we want to reiterate our commitment to communicating our design intentions clearly and in advance. So, in other words, by in advance, they mean randomly dropping them on a Wednesday morning. And to listen closely to your feedback, you have not been doing that. Though we cannot always deliver exactly what the players suggest or as quickly as we all would like, we not only listen to your feedback, we are relying on it as we get ever closer to a successful launch of 5th Age PvP. Dude, this game was so close to balanced. We just wanted a few choice spells nerfed, and this is what they did. This is what they did. And they removed enchants as well. This game, it could have been so good. It could have been so good. But it's not. They threw that chance away. So here's update notes for December 9th. So this is what Spark said. Looks like they fixed Storm Titan. PvP matchmaking improved, but right here. Players should no longer face same opponent twice in a row. We'll see if that holds true. But yeah, let's go to Atmoplex. Where was it at? I don't know. They posted pictures of the TCs that got banned, but anyway, that's gonna wrap this video up. I'm not coming back to this game. It's been a minute since I've uploaded, and it will probably be another minute, but I'm gonna try and finish that caramel walkthrough soon, TM. But until then, I'll see you all whenever, and goodbye.